Ochexmi Weskabijak, now the Nakmak Zematono Kishga, First of all, I'd like to acknowledge the Creator, to give thanks for the gift of life itself, and also acknowledge the media. Thank you for coming out. It's a beautiful Sunday afternoon. Thank you for taking time from your families, from other activities to be here. I want to make an announcement today to announce that I plan on running for Ontario Grand Chief. I am announcing my candidacy for the Ontario Regional Chief, AFN Regional Chief here in Ontario. Why am I doing it? When we look into the future, the economic opportunities are in Northwestern Ontario, my homelands of the NishnawbeAski Nation. The greatest undertaking in the 21st century will take place within our homelands, NishnawbeAski Nation, the Ring of Fire. In the last 12 years as Grand Chief of the NishnawbeAski Nation, I feel that we've done enough preparation to ensure that my people fully participate in those economic opportunities. We built linkages with the municipalities, partnership with the Chambers of Commerce, Economic Development, boards, the industry and the private sector. And I am from the North. And if I am the Ontario Chief, I will be speaking for all of the First Nations within Ontario. And I want to make sure that the First Nations in Ontario fully benefit from the wealth to be created within our homelands in the far north of Ontario. I feel as well, if I were the Ontario Regional Chief, I'd be closer to Toronto, closer to McGuinty and his cabinet, closer to the Premier, to the Prime Minister Harper and his cabinet in Ottawa. And I feel that's where the voice need to be for the First Nations of Ontario. What I hope to accomplish is ensure that there are benefits realized by First Nations people, but also to ensure that the wealth created in the North stays in the North. As I mentioned, I have worked the last 12 years very closely with the municipalities, the chambers in the Northwestern Ontario, Eastern Ontario, and I feel that we have established a positive relationship to make sure that whatever happens in the far north, that the wealth to be created stays in the North, opportunities stay in the North. I hope that through being an Ontario Regional Chief, that I can ensure that the First Nations people fully participate in the economy. I hope that as Ontario Chief, that I will influence what happens within the undertaking of Ring of Fire, for example, to make sure that there is proper process for EA, consultation accommodation for First Nation people, the rights holders. I am looking at developing Ontario-wide economic plan that will incorporate the partnerships required between municipalities, First Nations right across Ontario, to make sure that all of us have an opportunity, take responsibility to ensure that the economic well-being of the province is maintained. I will be increasing the national, international profile of First Nations in Ontario, as I have done while I am at NishnawbeAski Nation. I hope to increase the trade opportunities, trade missions abroad, to access investors' investment, and also I will ensure that there's a strong presence at the UN level, as well as the AFN level when I become the Ontario Regional Chief of Ontario. So those are, that's my announcement.
Sure, here, I'll do that. Get a little more space.
Thank you. Okay, is that?
Yep.
All right.
You all set?
Yep, thanks.
Stan, just a little bit of why the jump to this bigger position? Why are you going your name in this race?
Well, as I mentioned, I've been a Grand Chief